Finding the perfect woman is something instinctively that most men desire, even if it's something we don't like to admit. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, women instinctively desire to be what they think is the perfect man. We all have our flaws and our differences, but those differences is what allow us to be compatible with each other. It's just the flow of life. Now, with that being said, even though we all have different personalities, sometimes we allow the worst part of our characteristics to take over. And some of these characteristics make us virtually incompatible with anyone. Last time we spoke about the 7 types of girls that men should avoid. We're going to talk about the 7 types of guys they should avoid. Because even though I'm a man myself, I do recognize that some of you guys are completely incompatible. And that's just if we're being honest. But hopefully after this video, we can all do some self-reflecting so we can continue to try to be the best versions of ourselves. Let's get it. First on this list, Mr. Too Emotional. So here's the thing with this guy. I think everybody could agree that there's nothing wrong with a man that has emotions. I'd even go as far to say that women love a man that can express themselves emotionally. But where the boat gets like a little shaky is when the nigga is too emotional. Listen, my beautiful ladies, you might want to try and avoid this nigga. Because as a man, being too emotional can lead to a lot of problems. Most of these problems stemming from insecurity. You guys are going to see that's going to be a common theme on this list. The overly emotional guy tends to not be able to get a grip on the problems that are recurring through his relationship. Listen, y'all, girls don't want a man who's crying on their shoulder more than she can cry on his. Call it what you want, but I think I speak for most women. They want a man that can solve problems. And if at the very least he doesn't have the answer to those problems, he's doing everything he can to go and find these solutions. They're definitely picking that over the guy that continues to bitch about everything. Life's so hard, I don't know how to fix it. Let me just give you a fair example. Let's just say you, the man of the house, just lost your job, and now you're in a really tight spot because you're the breadwinner for you and your girl. You're not really sure what your next move is about to be. Your girl's probably going to be very understanding, and she's going to know that you're going through a rough time right now. So emotionally, you're probably gonna be moody over the next couple of weeks because you got some things to figure out. You're stressed out. I think that's a fair emotion to be feeling in the situation. If months go by and all you're doing is bitching and complaining and crying about how you miss your old job and you wish you didn't get fired, life just sucks and you just have this why me attitude. And most importantly, you're not really looking forward and getting out of your own head. This is not the type of man a woman is going to want to rely on to be the head of their family. If you let this carry on for too long, she's gonna go ahead and leave your dumbass. Everybody's different, and this might not be your girl's immediate response, and if it is, then honestly she wasn't really good for you anyway. Understand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying it's bad for men to be emotional. I'm just saying being too emotional, it's not really the vibe. Next on the list, we have number 2. I think it's fair to say that number 2 is slightly on the more opinionated side. But generally speaking, I do think women should avoid a man that's too clingy. Now, I already know some of my ladies in the comment section like, nah, Berto, I like my man clingy. I need a nigga who's all over me and obsessed with me all the time. That's what y'all say, but my answer to that is stop the cap. I definitely think that some girls like their men clingier than others, but women want their space too, just like men do. The guy that can't go 10 minutes without talking to his girl. The guy that's making out with his girl in the middle of the gym. The guy that literally needs to be breathing the same air as his girl at every waking moment. In my experience, that's never been something that ended well in a relationship. Because on some real shit, women are experts at feeling vibes and emotion, bro. And when a nigga's too clingy, it tends to be stemmed out of insecurity. A lot of times the guy in this position probably feels like this is the best girl I've ever had. Oh my God, she's so perfect. I don't want to lose her. He's scared to lose her, so he needs to be by her side every second of the day. And I've even seen situations where the super clingy guy starts to turn into the super controlling one. Listen, I know that girls want a man that can show them affection. If anything, that's very important. But I also think women want a man that can also trust her enough to go and do her own thing sometimes. Because if she wants to go do some shit, if she feels like it, there should be nothing wrong with that. She should be able to do that dolo. Depending on what it is, of course, but what I'm trying to say is balance. It's important, man. So regardless of what that girl says of wanting a clingy nigga, in my opinion, she's probably gonna dump your ass in the end. Now, number 3, interestingly enough, is something that I as a man struggle with. This personally has ultimately been the demise of a lot of my relationships over the years, but that is the guy that is too selfish. Now, this one could look a lot different depending on who you ask, but what being too selfish looks like to me, or at least what I've continuously been told, is the guy that puts his own priorities consistently over hers and the relationships. Now, speaking from personal experience, I've always fell victim to this because I'm a big dreamer, bro. And not only am I a dreamer, I'm an action taker. I am literally obsessed with what I deem being successful. And even though you might be thinking, whoa, that's really great for you, Berto, I'd agree, but it always hasn't been that great for my relationships. Let me give you some examples. My girl wants to go on a cute date time to time, but 9 out of 10 times I tell her no, because I just want to stay home and work on my videos. She just wants me to come in bed, watch a movie with her every once in a while, and just spend some time together. But I'd rather stay up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every single night and finish my work. So yeah, I'm chasing my dreams, I'm locked in, I'm doing what I need to do, but now my girl's sleeping alone every night. Going through this over and over and over again can ultimately leave the woman feeling like she's in a relationship by herself. In the beginning, the girl's usually very positive and understanding of the situation. You're chasing your dreams, you're chasing your bag. Go ahead, baby, do your thing. But after a while, bro, just imagine living in this lifestyle. She's supposed to be your lover. How much of this shit can she really take? Before you know it, she starts having these questions to herself in her head. Is this relationship even worth it? I'm in this shit by myself anyway. I didn't always realize this when I was going through the situation, but now I'm at a place in my life where I'm self-aware enough to understand I just might not be ready for a relationship because I'm 100% focused on me. I'm selfish. I only got time for doing what I think I need to do to accomplish my goals. So yeah, that's great for me, but I'm just not willing to make the sacrifices that need to be made to be in a relationship, at least not right now. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. But at the same time, some girls, I dare say most girls, can't handle being in a relationship with that type of guy. So if I had any advice for my ladies, just try to get a good gauge on what your nigga's mindset is at the time. How open is he to a true committed relationship and the sacrifices that it's gonna take to make things work? What do you as a woman need out of your man to make this shit work? And to my brothers, just be transparent about where you are in your headspace, because if you on your grind and you know you're not gonna really have time for her like that, let her know up front, so you know when shit goes down, it ain't no surprise. Because what you definitely don't want from either sides of the party is y'all don't want to waste your time. Number 4 on this list is a semi-repeat from the last list, but the reality is it goes both ways, because you don't want to date a guy that's too damn horny. I think this goes without saying, but a man that can't keep his cucumber in his pants is a recipe for disaster. Look, bruh, we live in a society that has double standards. We get praised for fucking hoes, and girls get torn down for being thoughts. I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince y'all on why we shouldn't have double standards. They're gonna be there no matter what, with different situations. Just suck it up. It is what it is. You're gonna have to live with some level of double standards. It's just the reality of life. But brothers, there are real consequences in sticking your eggplant in every single hole that presents itself to you. Some of those consequences are deadly. So if that doesn't scare you enough, hey, live your life, king. But regardless, you clearly have to be able to acknowledge how this can affect your relationship with your woman. Now, the reality is you can be a real horny nigga and only want to have, intercourse with your woman, and that's a fact. But, that probably has its own can of worms. I feel like if you lack your discipline when it comes to like sex, you just probably lack discipline in a lot of other areas in life. There's more to life than that nut, bro. And if you are the type of guy that has to have multiple women, been there, done that, bro. I understand where you're coming from, but that shit not even really cool for real, because the drama that comes with juggling a bunch of women, it's just not even worth it. And then that doesn't even count pissing off your main girl when you get caught. Like, Look, man, I've had my whole phase. I feel like a lot of people have had their whole phase. It's part of life. It's part of growing up. I'm not saying you need to have a whole phase to grow up, but if it happens, it happens type shit. I've made my mistakes. I've learned from them mistakes. And because of those mistakes, I'm a better man today. But at this point, I'd rather just spend my time with someone who actually gives a fuck about me and I'm willing to grow with that person. Build a real relationship. Because juggling women is a job, bro. That shit is a full-time job. Women have needs emotionally, physically, financially. I don't know about you, but doing all that for multiple women, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. So take my advice, sit your ass down, and just try to figure it out with one girl at a time. But ladies, let's keep it a stack. Some of y'all be seeing the signs, bro, and that be a lot of y'all problem. If you clearly see the signs that this guy got his egg in more than one basket, you gotta read them and leave them. Save yourself the trouble and don't be an idiot. Number 5, you're probably gonna wanna stay away from the man that's too boastful. His ego is out of this world. Now, I will admit, I do think men should have very strong confidence. That's really important. I believe that most women want to align themselves with men that have their shit together, have confidence, and at least believe in themselves. Someone with some skills and the accolades to back it up. Who wouldn't want to be with a nigga that don't got his shit together? Like, let's be for real. But there's a difference between being very confident and just being a show-off asshole. Because in actuality, you start to realize eventually the more confident you become, the less you even need to talk about it and show off what you do or what you've done. You're capable of doing it, so you just do it and you let the success speak for itself. And a lot of times the guy that's always screaming he's the best and nobody can get in his way, there's a level of insecurity there. It's almost like he's trying to convince you he's the best. He's trying to convince you that he does this shit for real. Versus the guy that just does this shit for real, he's doing it and not talking about it. The boastful guy wants you to believe in him so bad because the reality is he doesn't even believe in himself. I would advise my ladies to stay away from this type of guy because a man that is truly confident, he likes to build his woman up. He wants her to achieve her goals too. He's gonna want to show her things that she may not have known before. And if not that, he's gonna at least try to show her a different approach to something that she might know, but give her a different perspective. Versus the cocky and boastful nigga, well, they're probably not gonna be as invested in making their partner better because shit, deep down, he's not even so sure about his ability in the first place. I think it's easy enough to tell that over time, yeah, the relationship's probably gonna end in tragedy, leaving the woman feeling very isolated. Next, we got number 6. Mr. Too Insecure, the weak-minded man. Let's keep it a stack, bruh. I don't want to sound too harsh, but nobody likes the guy that is too insecure. Look, I get it. I know people deal with things. I know what it feels like to feel sad. I know what it feels like to be depressed. You're hopeless. You feel lost. The feeling of not feeling secure about any move you make because everything just feels so uncertain. Am I making the right move right now? Is this gonna pan out how I want it to pan out? Should I even take a risk? I know what the shit feels like, and I'm also not ignorant enough to say that there's probably people out there that have felt it way worse and way deeper than I ever have. But I just truly and deeply believe that in every situation, there's some way that you can make your way out of it. And obviously I'm talking about people that aren't dealing with a medical issue, a scientific medical issue. Now that's a different story. But the point is, there are things you can do to be more confident. Whether it's going to the gym, reading a book, changing your friend group, changing your environment. Very literally, change the way you think. You can build the confidence you need to accomplish it. This might seem like a real stupid analogy, but your brain is so powerful, bruh. The same way you were like back in elementary school and you didn't like the way that you giggled, so you saw somebody else's laugh and you're like, ooh, I like their laugh. And then all of a sudden you kind of see yourself laughing like that person. And you're doing it consciously, but you keep doing it consciously. Before you know it, that's your like regular go-to laugh. Some people might be able to relate to this, but follow me for a second. You made a conscious decision to make a change in yourself, and it's almost like faking it till you make it. You faked the laugh, and now you're confidently, effortlessly laughing like that. Are you following me? You can do that with your confidence, bruh. You really can. Like, you can train your mind to be more confident. You just got to make these decisions to make those changes within yourself. Because at the end of the day, a good woman is not going to want to be with an insecure man. As I've said before, there's a lot of things that women look to us men to provide for them. And if you're an insecure ass nigga, what is she going to get out of that? How are you going to give somebody clarity for this relationship when you can't even get clarity for yourself? This whole topic could be its own video, honestly, and if that's something y'all want, we could talk about it. Whatever that looks like for you. Because not only is that going to help you in your relationships, it's going to help you in life. Ladies, y'all deserve to be with a confident nigga. A man that knows what the fuck he wants out of life. So, take my advice. Avoid this guy. Go find yourself somebody that's gonna take the life bull by the horn and conquer that shit. And last but not least, kind of similar to the last one, ladies, you're gonna want to avoid the guy that is lazy and has no goals. I think this goes without saying, but nobody wants to be with somebody who's honestly just dead weight. Listen, I don't think everybody needs to be a millionaire. I don't think everybody wants to live a super flashy lifestyle. I want those things, but if in general, you don't have any goals for yourself, you're just sitting down 24/7 playing video games, eating chips, you don't care about how you look, you probably smell bad, you walk outside the house looking all types of crazy, and you just don't even care. You just don't care about anything. Why should a beautiful woman of any caliber give you that gushy, brother? It doesn't make sense. Just ask yourself that question. If you were her, the baddest bitch in the room, the one that you want, if you were her, would you date yourself? Ask yourself that question. And if the answer is no, that's on you, brother. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry. If this is you right now, I'm not trying to crucify you, because the reality is maybe you're just not ready yet. But understand this, man. This life shit is not forever. You're not gonna be young forever. You're not gonna be healthy forever. I mean, shit, I hope you are. But the reality is, we don't know. I lost my dad at 60 to cancer, bro. And the shit that's like crazy, it blows my mind every time I think about it, is before he knew he had cancer, he's walking around every day, he's in good shape, he's talkative, he's doing his thing, he's living his life. You would have never known or thought there was anything wrong internally with this guy health-wise. This man was literally living his best life every day, no matter what he was going through. So yeah, he was 60, everything's great, and then boom, you got cancer. And he's fucking gone in a matter of a couple months, bro. A couple fucking months, bro. This life shit ain't forever. Get a fucking grip. Be the best version of yourself, man. Do the things you want to do. Get up and try shit. I know I sound like a broken record. I feel like I've said something similar to that all the time. But you don't know when your time is coming. Why are you just gonna waste it? You might as well make the best out of yourself every day. And I guarantee you, bro, no matter where you are in life, whether you don't have shit to your name, you're broke as fuck, no drip, whatever it is, if you're waking up every single day trying to get better and you're protruding that to the world, you carry yourself like you give a fuck. You might not have it all figured out, but when you walk around, you're like, yo, I care about me and I'm trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? You don't look crusty and musty all the time because you care. You care about, not because you care about what other people think about you, but because you care about what you think about yourself. There's a difference, bro. If you do those type of things every single day, I guarantee you, women are going to start looking at you different. They're going to start gravitating towards you because this is a nigga that cares. This is a man that's either made it in life or wants to make it in life. He wants more for himself. Bro, confidence be glowing, bro. I promise you. I know some girls ain't shit. I know some girls are only materialistic. It is what it is, though. Like I said, this life ain't all roses and daisies. There's gonna be some good and there's gonna be some bad. But there are good women out here, bro. And there's good women out here that's gonna want to stick with you while you're on your grind. Whatever destination you're trying to make it to, create goals for yourself, man. Even if they small goals and you hitting them one at a time. I'm trying to take this YouTube shit over. I already told y'all. I'm gonna very proudly live this life. But your end goal might look a lot different, and that's okay, man. I'm just saying, go for it. If you wanna be the best fucking pizza man at Papa John's, the employee of the month, go do it. If that's your destiny and you truly believe that in your heart, go be the employee of the month, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Show the fuck up. Because women like niggas that show up. Women want to be with men that want more for themselves. Because at the end of the day, just break it down in simple terms, bruh. If you want more for yourself and I want to be with you, that's a big fucking benefit for me. I want to play for the winning team. I don't want to be on the team where the team captain's on some, I don't really care about winning, guys. I'm just here for the ride. At the end of the day, this shit's all opinionated, but I'm gonna go ahead on the record and say I think my opinion's a really goddamn good one. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope by the time I'm posting this video, we hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much, man. Like, I really appreciate y'all. It means the world to me. And in celebration of 100,000 subscribers, if you guys want to do one thing right now, it only costs you 5 seconds, and I'd really appreciate it, is go subscribe to my second channel, Berto Plus. I'm gonna leave the link right here in my description and also on the screen somewhere. Pretty much this is where I'm gonna be uploading more consistently, because as some of you know, animation, it takes a long time. So no matter what, I can't upload as quickly as I'd like to, because especially because I'm a quality over quantity type of creator. So whether I like it or not, I'm at the mercy of my own workflow. As we continue to grow, I'll do my best to keep getting better at that, but just know I'm in this hole working every day to make great videos for you guys on this channel. So over on my second channel, it's gonna be more reactionary style content, gaming content, just content where I get to kind of sit back, chill, and have fun. Again, 100,000? Thank y'all, man. I know I've said it like 30 times, but bro, it's like, we work. Like, this is one of the biggest achievements you can achieve as a YouTuber. You get the 100,000 plaque and the next one's 1 million. Like, that's only a testament of how hard this shit is, and y'all allowed this to be possible for me. So I gotta say thank you 100 times, 1 million times. I'm gonna keep saying it. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. Go show some love to my second channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?